Hello parents, I'm Pastor Jerry. For all our lambs between the ages of 7 and 9, you're going to have an awesome time.
Hi boys and girls, and welcome back to Sunday School. I'm so excited to see you all here today, and I miss you all very much. I hope that you're all keeping safe and staying at home during the lockdown. So I saw that you guys had so much fun last week, and I hope that you guys will have as much fun today. So as always, we're going to start our lesson off with a prayer. So let's bow our heads and close our eyes. Dear Lord, thank you for keeping me and my family safe. Thank you for always making sure that there is no harm near us. I thank you for our teachers, and I thank you for everyone around me that helps me. Help me to work together, to be kind, to be understanding, and to do my best every day. And I thank you that I will remember my memory verse for today. Amen. Okay, so next we're going to sing a song, and I want you to sing along and do the actions as well. I hope you have fun. Song, boys and girls. I know that used to be my favorite when I was younger, and to be honest, I think it might still be my favorite worship song. So next is our pledges and virtues. Let's recite them, and I hope that you remember them.
I pledge as a city kid to behave as Jesus Christ would at all times, to listen to authority, to be bold and talk to everyone about Jesus Christ, to learn one memory verse a week, to respect and help others. The virtues of a city kid are honesty, respect, compassion, and responsibility.
Well done, boys and girls. You guys always impress me. I'm so proud of you for remembering your pledges and virtues. So let's continue with today's lesson. In today's lesson, we'll see how Nehemiah helped the poor. And our memory verse for today is Proverbs 28 verse 27. He who helps the poor will lack nothing. Proverbs 28 verse 27. Isn't that amazing, boys and girls? The more we give, the more we will have. God tells us that if we give and if we help the poor, we will lack nothing. So it's always important to remember that, especially during this time with the whole lockdown. not a lot of people have jobs anymore. Some people are finding it very difficult. Some people don't even have, food to eat every day. So it's important to always make sure that our loved ones and the people around us are safe and have these basic needs during this time. So I'm going to read our story for today, and it will help you understand how Nehemiah helped God during this time. He helped him, not only rebuild the walls and gates of Jerusalem, but he also cared about the people, and he cared about their health and making sure that they had enough water and food and shelter over their heads to be safe. So I'm going to read through it and we'll see how Nehemiah stood up for his people. Okay, so Nehemiah 5 verse 1 to 12. About this time, some of the men and their wives raised a cry of protest against their fellow Jews. They were saying, "We have such large families. We need more food to survive." Others said, "We have mortgaged our fields, vineyards, and homes to get food during this famine." And others said, "We have had to borrow money on our fields and vineyards to pay taxes. We belong to the same family of those who are wealthy, and our children are just like theirs, yet we sell our own children into slavery just to get enough money to live. We have already sold some of our daughters, and we are helpless to do anything about it, for our fields and vineyards are already mortgaged to others." When I heard their complaints, I was very angry. After thinking it over, I spoke out against these nobles and officials. I told them, "You are hurting your own relatives by charging them interest when they borrow money." Then I called a public meeting to deal with the problem. At the meeting, I said to them, We are doing all we can to redeem our Jewish relatives who have sold themselves to pagan foreigners. But you are selling them back into slavery again. How often must we redeem them?" And they had nothing to say in their defense. Then I pressed further. "What you are doing is not right. Should you not walk in the fear of God in order to avoid being mocked by enemy nations? I myself, as well as my brothers and my co-workers, have been lending the people money and grain. But now, let us stop this business of charging interest. You must restore their fields, vineyards, olive groves, and homes to them this very day, and repay the interest you charged them when you lent them the money, grain, new wine, and olive oil." They replied, "We will give back everything and demand nothing more from the people. We will do as you say." Then I called the priests and made the nobles and officials swear to do what they had promised to do. Wow, boys and girls, it's always important to be brave and stand up for what is right. And it's very easy to do this, especially when we know that we have God on our side. So it's always important to do the right thing and work according to God's will. Okay, boys and girls, question time. So our first question is, at the beginning of Nehemiah chapter 5, the people said, "We and our sons and daughters are numerous." What does this mean? Correct. Numerous means many. So there were many people there living in Jerusalem. Our second question is Nehemiah happy or angry with the way the poor people were treated in Jerusalem? And what does he do? So we obviously know that he was very angry, and we know that he stood up for them and he commanded the nobles and the officials to pay back the poor people their money, the interest. And our last question is, Nehemiah told the nobles and the officials that what they were doing was not right and they needed to give the money back to the poor. How did the nobles and the officials respond to the command made by Nehemiah? So yes, they did exactly what he asked them to do. And they didn't fight, they didn't argue, and it's all because God was on Nehemiah's side. So it's always important to have faith in God and to be brave because God is on our side and he is always helping us. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's lesson, and I want you to have a little discussion with your parents and talk to your parents about how, giving back to the poor, how that makes you feel. Does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? And maybe if you can, make a little sandwich for somebody that maybe someone on the side of the road who doesn't have shelter, who doesn't have food. Maybe make them a sandwich and give them the sandwich. So it's always good to do something special for people. And like our memory verse says, those who give to the poor will lack nothing. So boys and girls, that's all for today. I hope that you all had fun in today's lesson, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for joining today. Bye.
A quick note to join us again for our online Sunday service with Pastor Tim Grage via Facebook next week at 9 a.m. And also, tune in for the live daily devotionals from Monday to Friday at 8 a.m. For your tithes and offerings, here are the banking details. Please note that your heartfelt giving to the kingdom in this season will aid the many struggling financially at this time. And so we thank you for your generosity. We look forward to hosting you at the City of Zion at 93 Grayston Drive in Sandton soon.